I used to wake up every day dreading the hours ahead. My alarm would go off at 7 a.m., and I'd stare at the ceiling trying to find a reason, any reason, not to get up. My life was a blur of monotonous work, empty weekends, and an ever-growing list of regrets. On paper, I had a decent life, a job that paid okay, an apartment that was small but livable, friends I could call, though I rarely did. But something inside me felt broken. That was until a stranger on a train gave me the sentence that changed everything. Let me back up. It was a Thursday evening, and I had just missed my usual train. I was frustrated, tired, and annoyed at myself for letting yet another day go to waste. I boarded the next one, grumbling about the delay. The car was mostly empty, except for an older man sitting by the window, reading a book with no title on the cover. I sat across from him, half scrolling through my phone, half spiraling through thoughts of self-loathing. That's when he looked up, smiled slightly, and said, "Funny thing about people, we spend most of our lives surviving when we were born to be alive." I blinked, unsure if he was talking to me or just thinking out loud. "Excuse me?" I asked. "You heard me," he said, closing the book. "You look like someone who's surviving, not living." I was too tired to argue. "Aren't we all?" He chuckled. "Only if you choose to be." We sat in silence after that. I didn't respond. Not really. But his words followed me all the way home and into my dreams. Surviving versus living. The next morning, I woke up with his words echoing in my mind. I realized that every decision I'd made in the past 5 years had been out of fear. I took the job I didn't like because it was safe. I stopped painting, something I used to love, because I didn't think I was good enough. I stayed away from love because heartbreak scared me. Everything I did was about minimizing risk, avoiding pain, keeping things under control. I was surviving. I wasn't living. That day, I decided something had to change. I didn't know what yet, but I knew it had to start with how I saw the world, and more importantly, how I saw myself in it. The shift. The first thing I realized was this. I was playing the victim in my own life story. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. I blamed my boss for my unhappiness at work, my friends for not reaching out, my ex for breaking my heart, the economy for limiting my dreams. But I never looked in the mirror and asked, what part did I play? That was the mindset shift. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? I began asking, what can I learn from this? Or what's my role here? Suddenly, I wasn't powerless anymore. I was responsible, not for everything that happened, but for how I responded. I made a list of all the things in my life I didn't like. My job, my health, my finances, my lack of creativity. Then next to each one, I wrote what I could do about it. Some of the answers were simple. Job. Start applying to new positions. Update my resume. Take online courses. Health. Stop ordering takeout 5 days a week. Start walking 20 minutes a day. Finances. Cancel subscriptions I didn't use. Track my spending. Creativity. Paint again. Even if it's bad. Just start. I wasn't trying to fix my life overnight. I just wanted to take ownership, to move from a place of reaction to a place of action. And slowly, things began to shift. I thought of the man on the train that night. I never saw him again, but he had planted a seed, one of awareness. I didn't need to change the entire world around me. I only needed to change how I saw it. That one mindset shift from victim to owner had cracked something open in me, and the ripple effect was real. A month after I started painting again, a small art cafe downtown held an open mic night for creatives. I hesitated, of course. That little voice inside said, "Who do you think you are? You're not an artist." But another voice, the newer one, the braver one, whispered, "Try anyway." So I printed out a few of my pieces and brought them. Nothing fancy. No big canvas, just sketches on paper. I laid them on a little table by the window. People walked by. Some glanced. One person stopped and smiled. "You drew this?" she asked. I nodded, unsure how to respond. "It feels honest," she said, "like you weren't trying to impress anyone." That was the highest compliment I could have received, because for the first time, I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was simply expressing myself. From that night on, I kept showing up, not just to events, but to my life. I stopped waiting for a better job and started creating better habits. I stopped waiting for the right person and started becoming the kind of person I'd want to be with. I stopped waiting for permission to create, to rest, to dream, and gave it to myself. Things didn't magically get easier. There were days I still felt overwhelmed, insecure, unsure. But now I had a compass, a mindset that reminded me I had choices, always. The world didn't owe me anything, but I owed it to myself to live, not just survive. And all it took was one shift. Would you like me to finish the final part now? It's strange how life begins to unfold when you stop fighting it and start participating in it. About 6 months after that train ride, I received an unexpected offer. A small local magazine had found my sketches online and wanted to feature a short story about my journey, from burnout to creativity. I almost said no. Imposter syndrome hit hard. But then I asked myself the question I now asked every time fear showed up. What if this is just the next door? So I said yes. The article went live. It didn't go viral. It didn't change the world. But it reached people. I got emails from strangers, real people, who said things like, "I've been stuck for years. Your story gave me a nudge. I thought I was the only one living on autopilot. Thank you." That's when it hit me. The mindset shift that had changed my life could quietly echo into the lives of others, just like that man on the train had done for me. So I kept going. I started a blog, not to monetize, not to impress, but to express. I wrote weekly reflections on growth, fear, creativity, connection, nothing fancy, just real thoughts. I didn't chase followers. I focused on honesty. And somehow, honesty resonated. Slowly, people came. Not thousands, but enough to feel like I was building something that mattered. Then one day, I was walking through the park when a woman stopped me. "Are you the one who wrote about surviving versus living?" I blinked. Yeah, I guess I did." She smiled. "I've been following your writing. It helped me leave a job I hated. I'm studying again now. I just wanted to say thank you." It was surreal. I walked away from that moment with a strange sense of peace. Not ego, not pride, but this quiet knowing. My life matters, not because it's perfect, but because it's mine. And I'm finally choosing to live it. That's the real shift. Not chasing happiness, not chasing success. Just choosing to stop running from yourself. Choosing to meet your life as it is and build from there. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I still have problems. I still get tired. I still overthink. But I no longer dread the day ahead. I greet it because I know I get to participate. I get to choose how I show up. The one mindset shift that changed my life forever, I stopped waiting to be rescued, and I started becoming the one who could rescue myself. And if you're reading this, wondering if your life could change too, the answer is yes. Not all at once, not without effort, but yes. Because the moment you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I do with this?" you've already taken the first step toward becoming fully, beautifully alive.